Hello YouTube and welcome to the first episode of Xisuma's World. I am Xisuma and today I'm going to be showing you my little base over here that I have so far, and right now I'm going to be talking about what I have planned for this map. First of all, I wanted to challenge myself and do things that I would find really difficult, and one of the things I've always looked at and thought I couldn't do some of the spectacular tree houses that people have created on creative mode. So right here where I'm pointing at is where I plan on building the tree house. I want to build it up here into the sky and have the branches come out all around these mountains and over where my little base is. Yeah, and I thought that would be very challenging and difficult, and it would obviously take a long time. So I'm not going to be starting it straight away. The second challenge is transportation. I've never really experimented too much with different ways of travelling other than, the basic minecart track. So something I'm going to be doing is creating a creative transport, which is why my base will be spread out around these mountains and this flatland area here. The third thing is actually commentary. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I do tutorials and I don't do any commentary in them, and that's because I didn't think I'd be too good at it. So this is also a challenge for me to do some good commentary, and yeah, it should be fun. So we're here in my little base so far. I've got my enchanting table up top, bed, some chests, basics. You see a lot of pumpkins here, and that's because I wanted to use pumpkins because I see so many comments saying that they're ugly for lighting, and yeah, that'll be a challenge to try and work that as a theme into my map. I've got some melons here for food, animals, all the basics, yeah, cactus and reeds. Attempted tree farm here. I think I got the height wrong on that. Yes, that's about it for now. Okay, so here's some things that have happened already. First cave I broke into, looked down and found lapis, and then I found some diamonds, which was pretty nice. I mean, that is literally the first thing I found in a cave, so gives you a good feeling about this map. And yeah, my pick broke. And yeah, I was cutting down this tree, and I was very lucky not to get blown up, because if you can just see it, there it is, a creeper. It was about to blow up, so I had to jump down. Yeah, you can see him just there. A creeper in a tree. How pleasant. Okay, and yeah, there's also a glitch in this map. There you go. Really strange. It's just like a chunk disappears when you step on this block. Yep, anyway, so let's get back to it. Okay, what we're going to do now is travel through the cave systems to the blue spider spawners that I have found, because that's what I'm going to be doing this episode. I decided that what I needed first of all was EXP, so I can enchant weapons and picks and axes to make everything building and getting resources a lot faster. So I found about 3 together, I think, and there was a 4th, but it got blown up by a creeper. This is my little zombie spawner, which I was originally using to level up. And yeah, the cave system on this map is really nice to explore because it's constantly going in all different directions. You never seem to find dead ends. There's a massive ravine here, and it's very easy to get lost, but luckily I know my way to the blue spawners quite well by now, so yeah, I'm just going to go around there, and as you can see, it sort of goes all over the place. I'm probably going to end up going in the wrong direction because I'm thinking about what I'm saying too much rather than where I'm going. Right, yeah. definitely going in the right direction. I remember all of this quite well. Yep, the mushrooms, and then it means I go down here. And yeah, one of the things I'm worried about at the moment is I found some slimes just around here, but I've only got 5 slimes so far, which isn't good, because I'm going to need more than that, I'm pretty sure, for this grinder that we're going to be building, as you've probably already seen in Doc M's videos. But that's something that I want to do with my Let's Plays. I want to show you how to build things in a way that I'd hope you'd be able to build them yourself after seeing them. So, you know, I already... Hello, a slime. Oh, that's brilliant. There we go. Got some more slimes. I think no, it's just up here. There's one down there. Yeah, sorry, I was saying I wanted you to be able to, you know, learn how to do things yourself. So I'm going to show you me building this step by step, so you can get a good idea of how to do it yourself. So hopefully you'll learn something by watching this as well. Okay. Yeah, well, there's other blue spider spawners around here, but I'm going to find them. No, I'm not. Sorry. First of all, I'm going to build a decent pathway down here. So I'll do that and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've made the pathway down. It didn't take too long, and next what we're going to be doing is preparing the spawners. So I'm just going to be digging out the area around them and getting them ready. And yeah, I've got a little workbench area here, so yeah, that's the pathway built. And now for the blue spider spawners. Okay, so what we've done so far here is hollow out the area around the spawner, and these blocks here represent the corners of the spawnable area where blue spiders can spawn in. So if you're planning on doing one of these yourself, you need to hollow out a big area like this, and then what I'll do is build the walls around these edge blocks. Okay, so we've got one here, one there, and just another one around this corner. And this dirt block here is roughly where I think if I stand here all of them will spawn. But I'll be double checking that. But yeah, now I'm going to finish doing the next 2 spawners, just like this one. Okay, so I've finished the 3rd spawner here. So now all 3 are done. And I believe just about here will be the most central spot between all 3. So that's where I'm going to have the mobs gather and put the crusher. What I'm going to do next is put walls around each of the spawners, put the water in underneath, and start to create the water stream to lead them to this place here. Okay, welcome back. So what we've done here is I've put up the walls around the areas where the blue spiders will spawn, and I've done it in a way that leaves this gap here, and when you're ready to activate the spawners you can just remove this block and then place those 2 there, so you minimise any risk of being hurt. I still need to build the walls up, and you would normally put the roof at this height, just there, but that means, yeah, placing all of that there, so I'm just going to be lazy and yeah, put it straight up to the roof I already have. Here again, the blocks that you'll break to remove and activate the spawner. And what I've done is I've put down the water at the back in one line on both, and also on that one over there. And on these 2 we've got more water underneath that pushes the spiders into the stream here. And the other one will meet up with it there, and they'll come down to here, and around here is where I'll build the crusher, and just that way is where the other one comes from. And I've built this slightly differently. I've just put a water source block at the end and a single stream going down to meet them, and I think if you're standing around here they're both going to come towards you and go straight into the holes, and they're going to come more at this angle, which is why I've done it like this. So the stream will be there, they'll head towards you, in a diagonal angle. So now what we're going to do is probably finish off these rooms and build the crusher. Okay, so I finished building 2 of the rooms and I haven't yet built the crusher, but I've made something very simple here. And this is simply just to test those 2 rooms to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to have to do is take away the middle torch first on each room, and then I'll do the edges. So I've got to be careful here. There we go, that's why. And the next room. Oh, no dear. Nope. That's not good. That's my sword. Okay, I think I've got a bit of lucky there. If I stay at an angle, there you go. Okay. So that didn't go horribly wrong. Should have one down there now. Yep. There we go. So we know that it's going to work. So now I'll show you how you activate the rest of the rooms. It's quite simple, really. I can see one just up there. Okay, so as you can see, it's making it nice and dark in there. And I was hoping that the torches and cobblestone would make its way down here. I can see them there, but I don't want to try and take them because this guy's going to hurt me. Right, so I'll finish the rest of those and get right back to you. Okay, all the torches have been taken off. These 2 rooms are finished. This one's still being made, but this isn't actually working the way I intended it to. As you can see, some of the spiders are climbing up to the top, and then when they fall down they take full damage, which means a lot of them will get killed by the crusher in the EXP farm. So, as I figure out how to fix this and modify, we have this one over here, which means when I've got these 2 working how I want them to, I'll show you how to build it exactly the same way with this one, which is good because then you'll be able to do it yourself in your own worlds. And I've tweaked this a little bit, done the iron bar. I've noticed that it takes quite a few of them to come through before they'll create the little circle of spiders up the top here. So yeah, I'm going to start experimenting and I'll get back to you when I find out how to make this work better. So I made a lot of changes and I'm still having trouble getting this to work. Last time I disabled these I got killed and it was awful, so I'm just going to go into peaceful so I can demonstrate what I've done. Let's get some lights going on. Okay, so you can see I've removed the option for them to jump onto the wall, and creating this effect here I was hoping that they would swim directly under and get sucked in, but it seems like they like to jump up and get caught on this bit here. So I'm thinking if they like to climb, maybe the best way to gather the spiders is at the top. So I'm going to get rid of all of this and put some fence gates or something like that, maybe signs across the top, and then they'll climb up into a water stream which will go directly to the crusher. And I'm pretty sure that will work because they seem to climb no matter what you do. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you. Okay, look at that. It works. What I've done is I've put a row of signs at the top of the room, and there's water source blocks above them, creating the stream to the centre here where they shuffle in and get moved up to the top. It doesn't work quite as I thought. A lot of the spiders like to fall down, but they don't always seem to take damage. But for now I'm pretty happy with the system. Just go around here, and this is where they all join up. There's quite a lot of them there. Let's have a look. About 37. And yeah, I'm going to put the crusher up here as well, and I'll create the redstone circuit and show you how that works. So I'll try and explain it so maybe you'd actually understand as well as being able to build it. But when I was doing this, I was playing around with the idea of having iron bars here, which I may try, and that means the drops could perhaps fall down all the way down here, and you could actually collect your drops from below. But that would only be if you were killing them, because you would still have to come up here to attack them if you wanted to use this to get EXP. So I'll build the crusher and make a room up here for the redstone, and I'll get back to you. So I tried the iron bars and some of the drops would catch on them, meaning they went to waste. So the idea didn't work, but I put the glass block back there. And up here I had to make some changes because this glass block here is where the spiders were gathering, but some are actually drowning in the water below, meaning the drops would just go to waste. So I've made it like this now. The glass is just so you can see. We've got the source block there flowing over here. We have a sign here to stop this source block from flowing backwards. There's some steps underneath it, so if we watch this spider, it just forces them through. Nice and easy. They go under here and gather over here. So now I will definitely get the redstone done, and I'll explain to you how that works. Okay, so I finished making the circuit, and the point of the circuit is to power this piston here. Now with the button as an input, it will create a pulse, and we need the pulse to be long enough to crush the mobs and do enough damage to keep them alive but allow me to hit them with one punch. So this is the circuit in action. You can see it works. I haven't timed it yet to make sure it will damage the mobs just enough, but I'll try and explain how the circuit works. Now this block here and this block here I think are probably the most important parts to understand what they do, because they both have torches on them, and this torch isn't actually linked up to anything else in the circuit but the other block. So essentially both blocks are not powering any other parts of the circuit. When we send the pulse through, this block will become powered, and it will in turn power this part of the circuit, and it will invert the state of this torch when the block is powered. So that will then in turn power this torch, because this signal will no longer be on and it won't be powering this block. So then we'll have the signal coming through this way and this way, and it will do that when we press the button. Now because this is shorter, it will reach this block again quicker than this one, which will be longer, coming back round here. So let's watch that. Okay, so what you should have noticed is that these ones were lit for a while and these ones for a lot longer, and this is because when the power comes back round to this block, it's going to turn off this torch again, meaning it doesn't power back round this way, but there is already power in this side, which is what creates a longer pulse, because it's powering this block again, in turn powering this one for longer. So let's show you that one more time. Okay, so I just missed something out there, which is pretty important, which is point out that this bit here is the output to the piston, and although this block is being powered, the wire behind it isn't. And my best way of explaining that is that if I put a repeater this side, I power the block in a way that will actually power wire, and if I put the repeater the other side, it will again be powered. Now I don't really know why the game works like that, but it does. So the whole time I've been talking about the power coming to this block and this block here when the signal is started. That's what sets off the piston with this part of the circuit. So I hope you understood the explanation. If you didn't, just leave a comment, explain what you didn't understand, and I'll try and do my best to explain it to you again. But I would really like to know if I explained that well or not, because it's a little hard for me. I tried my best, you know, so what we're going to do now is just pop back down here. I kept talking about leaving this one so I could show you how to build it the way I did, but it actually became really simple because I just put a row of signs at the top of the room. So when you're building this, the dirt at the back will be where your water source blocks are, and then you literally just need a row of signs at the top of the room. Let's get some blocks to show you that. Just say, like, you'd have signs, you'd put one there and then you'd put one on it, and it would come out all the way across to the other side, and then you'd have a gap above it, and that's where you'd put your water source, and you'd control where you wanted the blue spiders to go to. And obviously I've done it this way, you know, created a simple stream to the centre here where they'll go up above to be crushed. I'm not going to link this one up to this system yet. I'm going to leave it for now. I might try and do something different with it, because the system I've got at the moment, it's good, but I think I can make it better still. So at some point in the series I will come back to this and we'll have another look at it again and see if we can improve it. So that concludes this episode. I really hope you found some useful information on building your own EXP farms or blue spider spawners, whatever you want to call them. I do actually have a tutorial on my channel that I made with Mr. Pixel Tech. If you check that out, the circuit on that is a little broken, so you might have to tweak it to make it work with 1.0.0. And there's a few more things I'd like to say. First of all, creeper. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Red Eyes, who was really helpful. When I was making this episode, I found it very difficult, just the whole process, and he gave me some great advice and words to help me through it, and he also gave me a lot of help with the blue spider spawner. And yeah, you know, I've got a lot planned for this series now. I found the first episode quite difficult to do, but you know, it's a learning process, it's a challenge, and I'm sure as we progress this show will get better, because I have some, you know, excellent ideas for my treehouse and what I'm going to do in this world. So please leave a comment, let me know if you liked it. Even if there's things you didn't like, let me know as well, because that will only help me improve. And yeah, that concludes this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.